I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Tuesday, August 4th. Today, eyes to the sky.
We just went to check in for that flight, and we were told that we're not on it.
How travelers are feeling left behind in the aftermath of a WestJet strike. Also today, how a number of Winnipeg parks were tagged with hateful graffiti and who the messages were directed at. Plus, man down, why a basketball star will miss the Winnipeg Sea Bears playoff game. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. WestJet is slowly resuming service after a strike temporarily grounded flights over the weekend. CTV's Rahim Lathani has more on how the cancellations have disrupted travel for thousands of Canadians.
Camilo and Nim are part of a band and are trying to get to Seoul, South Korea, but WestJet isn't making it easy.
We got rebooked on an Air India flight that's like a 33-hour journey, like 23 hours in the air and then 10 layover. We just went to check in for that flight, and we were told that we're not on it.
The airline strike lasted 30 hours, but it continues to have a ripple effect on travelers like Dan, who's stuck in Winnipeg.
Yesterday, Monday, early morning, I got a notice saying, you've been rebooked on Porter Airlines. And I went, okay, that's fine. And then I read that that flight's on Friday. Yesterday was 5 days.
The CEO of WestJet says, we know this disruption has been frustrating for our guests and WestJetters, and we're sorry for that. After 1 day on the picket line, WestJet flight attendants are back on board with a tentative deal. However, for travelers here at Toronto Pearson International Airport, the headache of not knowing how their trip may be impacted is almost as frustrating as if the strike was ongoing.
It's really not a good impression for the customers, you know. You have a lot of plans, hotels, you know, Airbnbs and car rentals booked, and, you know, it's a ripple effect on your trip.
According to aviation analytics company Cirium, 925 WestJet flights have been canceled since August 1st. Today, that number is 16. For those who are still waiting to be rebooked, advocates advise to research your rights.
If WestJet is leaving you in a limbo, then you have every right as a passenger to buy yourself a ticket on a different airline on the assumption that WestJet is not fulfilling its obligations, and then bill WestJet for the expense.
And remember this group heading to South Korea? Well, they've been rebooked again on a different airline for tomorrow.
We luckily will make it for our first tour date in Korea thanks to the hard work of WestJet. So we're going on a direct flight now with Air Canada tomorrow.
Rahim Lathani, CTV News, Toronto.
A Winnipeg couple traveling on WestJet is currently stranded in Jamaica tonight. Coming up at 6 o'clock, CTV's Danton Unger is going to show you how they're doing and how they plan to get back home again. Winnipeg police are investigating after a number of parks in the Waverly West area were tagged with hateful graffiti over the weekend. One of those hit was Eaglewood Park in the Prairie Point neighborhood. Waverly West City Councillor Janice Lukes tells CTV News the homophobic and gang-related tags were found in 3 parks and on some private property over the long weekend. Lukes says crews are expected to be out today to clean up the graffiti, but Neighborhood Association President Jasmine Brar says it should have been done sooner.
Personally, for myself, this is completely unacceptable to leave this over the weekend. I spoke to many parents and residents in the neighborhood, and they don't feel safe sending their kids to the park.
Brar says concerning graffiti has been found in the area a number of times before. The U.S. State Department has notified Congress it plans to close 5 foreign consulates, including the one here in Winnipeg. Now, this is all according to people who spoke to Reuters on condition of anonymity because this notice was not public. The consulate here in the city is located at 201 Portage Avenue at the corner of Portage and Main. The expected closures represent a rare example of the U.S. closing multiple foreign missions in a downsizing not tied to a particular geopolitical event. When asked for comment, the U.S. State Department did not confirm the closures, but said it was focused on ensuring the nation's diplomatic footprint was efficient and effective. An international relations expert from the University of Manitoba calls the move short-sighted.
Winnipeg is home of the Canadian NORAD regional headquarters, and at a time when Canada and the United States are modernizing NORAD and there are a lot of defense projects in the works, it's a shame that we won't have direct U.S. representation in the city.
According to Reuters, the other posts being closed are in Grenada, Japan, Indonesia, and Cameroon. The Winnipeg Sea Bears say its top scorer won't be able to hit the court for Thursday's playoff game after an assault in downtown Winnipeg. In a statement released today, the basketball team alleges Teddy Allen was the victim of an assault at the hands of security at a nightclub over the weekend. It says his injuries are significant, and while he is out of the hospital, the club says he will need further diagnosis, follow-up care, and possibly surgery. CTV reached out to Winnipeg police, who tell us they are aware of the incident and are investigating. Allen is the leading scorer in the CEBL, recording 667 points in 24 games this season. All right, let's bring in Colleen Brady now and get a first look at your shortened Skywatch weather forecast week. What do you got to kick off our shortened work week for us tonight, Colleen?
A little bit cooler out there. Did you notice that today?
Was it ever? I did, yeah.
It was cooler. It was cloudy. My goodness, what happened to that heat and humidity? Well, fear not, folks. At least some of that will be returning in the days ahead. So while we had a cooler day today that's just ending by early August standards, that's hard to believe we're talking about early August, but here we are. It will be a cool night tonight across parts of the south. Some areas may dip into single-digit overnight lows, but you can see these clouds are moving pretty quickly. They'll be clearing out, so it should be pretty clear skies tonight. The heat will be returning this week. I'll show you when that will happen, and we could see some thunderstorms coming along before too long. I'll show you when that could happen as well. Let's take a look right now through the CTV Live. It is brought to you by Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, those clouds just sort of hanging over Winnipeg. It is 21 degrees. We are not talking about humidex today. There's no need for that. Winds out of the west-northwest at 26 kilometers an hour. The pressure is rising, and the humidity is 38%. Out in traffic right now on this Tuesday afternoon. I have to keep reminding myself to say Tuesday. It is busy in Osborne Village. A couple of crashes around the city over the last hour or so have been resolved, so it looks like we have a clean slate for the time being.
Trying to prevent an invasion. How many people failed an inspection looking for zebra mussels and other aquatic invasive species?
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Taking a look at the markets today, crude oil lost $4.57. The loonie slipped to 71.08 cents U.S. Gold futures added about $62. Technology and base metals sectors pushed the TSX 575 points higher. The Dow Jones jumped 907 points, while the Nasdaq climbed 671 points. Winnipeg police have arrested a 29-year-old man after he allegedly pulled a gun on another driver during a road rage incident. It happened around 6 a.m. yesterday morning in the area of St. James Street and Ness Avenue. According to officers, a 29-year-old driver started arguing with a 53-year-old man behind the wheel of another vehicle and pulled out a handgun. The 53-year-old sped off but was followed by the 29-year-old, who managed to pull in front of him, forcing him to stop. We're told the 29-year-old then got out of his vehicle, still holding the gun, but left when he saw the other driver was calling the police. Police managed to track down the suspect and charged him with assault with a weapon. The provincial and federal governments are continuing to crack down on aquatic invasive species. The third roadside blitz was conducted from July 17th to the 19th on Highway 1 near the Manitoba-Ontario border. 519 vehicles were stopped and 616 watercraft and related equipment were checked. 137 of them failed inspection. 15 required decontamination, but none of them had visible zebra mussels present. Back in June, 1 in 4 watercraft failed that inspection and 1 had visible zebra mussels present. Winnipeg firefighters responded to 4 places Sunday night, including one at a vacant restaurant on Main Street that was hit during an arson spree last year. Fire crews were called to the shuttered Bougie restaurant Sunday night around 5:30. Heavy smoke could be seen coming from the building at the time. It took crews about 4 hours to get this fire under control, and they had to remain on scene overnight to continue putting out hot spots. No one was found inside the building, and there were no injuries reported. The restaurant suffered significant fire, water, and damage from smoke as a result of this fire. It was previously damaged by fire in October of 2025, which was later determined to be arson. A temporary Canadian tariff on some wood products is now in place. The 25% tariff affects imports of some wood cabinets and vanities. The tariffs will be in place for a maximum of 200 days as Canada investigates if increased imports harms domestic producers. Products from the U.S., Mexico, Israel, Chile, and developing nations are exempt. Why a pop star is eyeing a break from the public eye. We'll tell you why coming up next in Spotlight.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Brady back now for Spotlight, and the newest Spider-Man movie swung into theaters this weekend, and the crowds lined up to see it.
Did they ever? And it's already setting box office records.
I'm sorry, but you're in danger. You just have to trust me. Fine.
Now, according to Sony Pictures, Spider-Man Brand New Day broke the Avengers Endgame record for the biggest North American opening weekend with $360 million in ticket sales from theaters in the U.S. and Canada. On Sunday, Sony projected that Spider-Man would net an estimated $355 million U.S. in its first weekend, playing in nearly 4,500 theaters, just barely missing the 2019 Avengers Endgame record of $357 million. But the fourth Spider-Man movie, starring Tom Holland, had a stronger than expected Sunday and ultimately came in ahead. A lot of numbers there, Marilee.
No kidding. Yeah. All right, you just never know what is lurking beneath the surface of the water.
And playing on that concept is the official teaser trailer for the 6-episode miniseries called Below.
I spent my whole life on the water.
It stars Josh Hartnett and Charlie Heaton, who is best known for his role in Stranger Things. A fisherman tries to protect his family and community when a mysterious sea creature terrorizes their remote town. The thriller begins streaming October 8th.
All right, one of music's biggest stars is taking a break.
That's right. Ariana Grande says she's withdrawing from the public eye.
Trying to feel some real to cry again.
She's starting the break by pulling out of an upcoming stage musical in London. The 33-year-old says she's taking the break following what has been described as the endless, intense scrutiny she faces. Grande will step back after she completes her Eternal Sunshine tour.
Well, here's some news that will make you say, ugh. As if. Did I do a good job?
Well done, well done. A Clueless sequel series with Alicia Silverstone is now in the works.
Ew, get off of me. As if.
Just like there you go, you nailed it. You nailed it. The original film was first released back in 1995. Silverstone is back, reprising her role as the iconic Cher Horowitz for a 6-episode run. The new show will reportedly catch up with Cher nearly 30 years after the wild events of the original film.
I might have watched that one.
Yeah, I think you might
too
have
many times back in the day. All right, this is the week to pick up your feet and travel the world of Folklorama, Colleen.
That is right, and we have a sneak peek. Yeah, talk about picking up your feet. This is just some of the fancy footwork you'll get to see over at the Pearl of the Orient Philippine Pavilion. This morning, CTV's Ainsley McPhail found out some of the history behind what you're seeing.
Tinikling originally is from Leyte, the province, from the Philippines, and it is one of the most well-known Filipino dances around the world. It's quite popular actually, and it's based off of like a tickling bird, and we're trying to capture the tickling bird, trying not to get captured from the hunters.
You can see it all for yourself at the Philippine Pavilion all this week over at the St. Norbert Community Center. The Philippine Pavilion, by the way, is celebrating 50 years with special displays and performances this year. Your Morning Winnipeg and CTV News at 5 and 6 will be touring the various pavilions for the next 2 weeks. You can also test your Folklorama knowledge by taking the quiz we have on our website. Just head to ctvnewswinnipeg.ca.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It does.
All right, another Hollywood movie that will be hoping for some box office magic is Violent Night 2.
That's right. The Christmas-themed film was shot right here in Winnipeg. Now the official trailer has just been released.
But now I'm on the naughty list. I forgot the meaning of Christmas? What does that even mean?
In this movie, David Harbour is back playing Santa Claus, but he isn't exactly jolly. In fact, his Santa is armed with lethal combat skills. He'll need them to give the present of a knuckle sandwich to a ruthless crime lord overrunning the town's mall. Violent Night 2 was shot in Winnipeg last year and also stars Kristen Bell as Mrs. Claus. It hits theaters on December 4th.
Just in time to get you in the Christmas spirit.
Nothing says holidays like violence.
You said it perfectly, Colleen.
Well,
we'll wrap it up
here to help. It's for the best. You're welcome. Your Tuesday primetime lineup starts at 7 with The Big Bang Theory. Match Game comes up next at 8. And at 9, catch Password. It's all right here tonight on CTV. Well, a live look, such as it is, out at Donald Street. From what I can tell, it's pretty busy for folks leaving downtown, heading toward Confusion Corner. There are 21 degrees and cloudy in the city, a little windy. I'll show you when things are going to heat up coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon. CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Colleen Brady back now with your complete Skywatch forecast. And for those fed up with all the humidity, a bit of a break today.
You are welcome. But you know what? I was out for a little walk mid-afternoon. It actually kind of felt cold all of a sudden. It's
We're
funny.
not accustomed to this.
No, we acclimate so quickly, right? But fear not, folks. This does not spell the end of summer. It will get warmer again quite quickly. In fact, you'll notice an increase in temperatures tomorrow, and perhaps a little bit of humidity as well. So for the time being, if you've enjoyed the cooler and more stable and less humid conditions, you'll enjoy tonight. These clouds moving pretty quickly. They're going to clear on out. The winds will ease up as well. Next door, northwestern Ontario, a few scattered showers moving out of Red Lake. Looks like maybe they might catch you in Sioux Lookout. If they do, there won't be much. Looks like they're passing to the north of Dryden. It's been cooler there as well, relatively speaking. How cool, you ask? Well, right now in Kenora, it is just 19 degrees. Same thing in Steinbach. Here in Winnipeg, not much warmer, 21. You can see across southern Manitoba, including Brandon and Dauphin, 20, 21 degrees. The north, very similar temperatures, particularly around Flin Flon in the Paw. Mid-teens up in the northeast, 14 right now in Churchill. Churchill is one community. They may catch some showers this evening. You might. This is what I'm talking about. And if you do, there won't be much to them. A little cloudier further south in the northern half of the province. Clearer still in southern Manitoba. Winds will be reasonably light throughout the night and into Wednesday morning. I have to keep in mind it's a short week. Sunshine in northwestern Ontario after the clouds there. We had some clouds build up this afternoon here in Winnipeg. We will see a return of the sunshine tomorrow, or a mix of sun and cloud. Other areas will see a return of this. Western parts of the province will see more organized rain. Some of those showers could sweep through the Red River Valley in Winnipeg either late in the afternoon or early evening, and they could bring thunderstorms. We'll see temperatures start to rebound up into the mid-20s across the south tomorrow. Overnight, you can see that rain stretching across parts of northern Manitoba. Good swath, may get a bit of a soaking there. Should miss us here in the south. We get into Thursday morning, more sunshine. But look at this, west central areas. Speaking of soaking, you'll get some on Thursday by the looks of it. Not so much here tonight in Winnipeg. Mainly clear, down to 12 degrees overnight. And I should mention some areas like Brandon down to 9 degrees. Remember when you were getting overnight lows around 20? Just really a few hours ago by the It feels like it just a few days ago anyway. Winds out of the west at 30 kilometers an hour early this evening. They will diminish later on this evening, and overnight they will pick up again out of the southwest. Showers or thunderstorms are possible late in the afternoon. Otherwise, a mix of sun and cloud up to 25 degrees. The UV index for Wednesday for Winnipeg is 6 or high. Now, here's what I'm talking about. Back up to 28 degrees on Thursday. Mix of sun and cloud. 24 degrees in the sunshine. Sunny again on Thursday. Ditto. 24 again on Sunday under a mix of sun and cloud. Up 1 to 25 on Monday under a mostly sunny sky. And those overnight lows 12, 13 degrees. So a little cooler, but hey, it was very hot, very humid, as you well know, in July. Let's take a look at our weather photos, shall we? This first one comes from Vic. This is the sunrise between the canna lily flowers out at Big White Shell Lake. A lovely view there. And this next photo is from Ray. He says the wheat is starting to turn. They're getting ready for harvest out in Minnedosa, Manitoba. Send us your weather photos by email to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Skywatch Weather Pick of the Day brought to you by Provivo, Winnipeg's first and only longevity medicine clinic. Redefining health, performance, and aesthetics. Provivo.com.
One of the great things about regular season baseball is the stuff commentators talk about during the dog days of summer. And here's just a snippet of a conversation you probably never expected to hear.
You have never used shampoo? Never. In your life? Never. Not when you were a kid?
No, just a bar of soap in the shower. That's all I need. You use shampoo?
Yeah. Why? Doesn't everybody else?
I don't know.
That's Baltimore Orioles color commentator Ben McDonald admitting he's never, ever used shampoo. Yeah, I was guessing he was going to be bald.
Me too.
But he's got pretty nice hair.
He does.
His colleague Kevin Brown, though, is taken aback by that confession. Later on, McDonald said he would use shampoo if the Orioles hit a grand slam in this game. Hate to break it to you, but they ended up losing 8-0. So he's sticking to his bar of soap.
If only it were that easy.
You know, I feel like that's a very like my dad, probably. I always only used a bar of soap.
Right, sure.
Yeah. Too many husbands now are dipping into their wives' very expensive shampoo. I'll tell you what. Stick to your bar of soap.
Not naming
Leave
names.
my shampoo alone. All right, that does it for us this hour. Don't go far, though. We're back at 6 o'clock. Hope to see you then.